Hello. So today we're gonna do my game against the former European Champion Ilia Shikshin. The main theme of this game is probably opening, the importance of playing a good Fuseki, because what happened actually in this game, my opponent basically lost in Fuseki. And well, what is interesting in Go that it's very hard to win a one game. And I managed to almost lose it by in the end, but in the end was barely 1 point for me. Okay, so I am black. My opponent plays white. Usually we know that the correct order is to just play the empty corner now for white, but he tried something different. Played this. In exchange, black gets another corner, and this already feels a little bit strange for white. But okay, let's say at this stage it's still Ilia's strategy to play this kind of Moyo game. At this stage, let's say it's still okay. Black feels slightly a little bit faster in the opening, but white is still okay. Now the choice of Fuseki in this game is quite important. The choice of Joseki here is very important. If black wants to fight with something like this, there is a chance that white will jump once and then pincer. This kind of fighting game actually it's not so interesting for black right now because white's Moyo starts to develop quite well. With a weak group here, black will probably find it very hard to reduce there. So the plan of black now is to play this kind of pincer and get a settled shape on the upper side. Well, let's see first of all what happens with the basical Joseki. What is very important in the opening is the direction of play. We have to use our stones well to connect them together. This is a well-known Joseki. Up to here is a one-way street. And here now white have a choice depending on the ladder. White could play this. This is a fighting move in this Joseki. And if black connects, white Atari and turn, and now we have a ladder starting with this move. In this situation the ladder is exactly going like this, so it's good for black, so white cannot afford to play like this, which means that he has to choose the more simple Joseki, just play here, in which situation black will capture the two white stones. The problem with this though is that the direction of play is perfect for black. With this Fuseki, which is a Moyo based Fuseki, it's a very bad feeling for white to have a wall of strong black stones in this area. Then this development of this shape is already killed. So this choice of Joseki is again bad for white. Another quite usual move is to play this. Often black plays this kind of move and white gets to press. But in this kind of shape it's interesting for white to be able to build outside thickness with this. So we notice that the focus of this opening is actually this mini Chinese shape, that it's quite strongly oriented towards developing a Moyo. And if white gets this kind of shape, then the balance is perfect. But black will not play like this in this situation. My plan was to play here. This is a typical move. Let's explain this a little bit. Well, white wants to play here, so for black, of course, it's very important to want to play where white wants to play. So this is probably a normal move. And in the old times, it was played quite a lot like this, very solid. But modern Go is a little bit more speedy, so This kind of move is actually solving the problem. White cannot play here anymore. Well, he can, but he will not achieve much because there's one extra black stone here. So this is basically almost the same like this, but a little bit more speedy. So this is really the trend of modern Go. And white now, because black played on this side, have to do something in this area. The usual move is here. And then black extends. The point for black was to go to get a shuttle shape on the upper side. If black gets this, then black feels okay. Okay, just one mention. In this shape, maybe many people wonder about this move because it looks a little bit dangerous with this cutting point. This is a nice lesson of Tesuji. If black cuts here, then white is tempted to play all kind of moves in this area. For example, this move. But when black blocks, even if white can cut here, black just Atari. And now to capture this stone or this stone, it's Miyai for black, so the result is bad for white. This kind of play also some people try, but this is very trivial play, and the white is in big shortage of liberty. Like this is also very bad for white. So the actual lesson of Tesuji in this shape is to play here. It's very powerful, very, very nice Tesuji. If black tries to block, Atari, and play here, and all black is dead. So in this shape, we have another example of black's resistance, but it's also not very working. If black plays here, white can push once, and then calmly collect here, connect here. And again, black's profit here is very small. White later can Atari and do some things. Well, right now Atari it works actually, black will be captured. So for example, if black play here, white just a one Atari in center, and white is center with a nice wall and quite a bit of profit. So this is very bad for black. If black, this is probably the best move. Also, black can try to throw in like this. But white is unconcerned. White has two ways now. One way is to play this and defending Gote. Another way to directly defend. Like this, he can aim to capture the black stones here. So even if the black territory is bigger, this way white is sent. So we see that this part is Tesuji actually what looked before like black. This looked like black territory, but when white played here, the best move for black is to just come back and capture one stone. But now the corner is more white territory than black, and also white have a very nice wall here. So this is very bad for black, over-concentrated shape and not so much profit. This was just a little bit side trip to... How is it? It's like this. Just a side trip to show that this kind of move is not really a problem for white. In exchange, black can easily live in this corner. It's also very hard for white to find a good move to capture this stone. But the way white see things is that those stones are somehow like a wall towards this side. So next, after playing this Joseki, next becomes very important for white to take the side. But it feels already like white is busy because black, if black comes here or here, it's also very, very, very large point. With a stone already here, white doesn't feel good anymore. So already, if this kind of thing happens, black's Fuseki is a success. We notice that after this move, this normal Joseki or this normal Joseki both ended not so interesting shape for white. So in the end, my opponent chose to play here. This is a very aggressive strategy.